Episode 54, The Architecture of Impulse. Why impulse equals unfiltered signal from identity or distortion. Most people think impulse means spontaneity, intuition, instinct, fear response, excitement, emotional reaction, acting on a feeling, but in field mechanics, an impulse is none of these. Impulse equals raw, unfiltered signal coming from either A, your identity, or B, your distortion. It is the only moment where internal architecture leaks directly into the mind before the brain adds interpretation or narrative. Let's break down the mechanics. Number one, impulse is the fastest signal in the system. Impulse is faster than thought, emotion, logic, analysis, intuition, fear, planning, decision. Impulse comes from the deepest layer. Identity leads to mind with no filter. Thoughts are predictions. Emotions are processing. Intuition is high bandwidth perception. Impulse is raw code. It's your architecture speaking directly. Number two, there are two types of impulses. Number one, identity impulses. These impulses come from clarity, authenticity, blueprint alignment, your actual self, non-local memory, high coherence identity. Identity impulses feel like immediate knowing, clean direction, sharpness, no emotion. This makes sense. A neutral push, grounded confidence. These impulses usually lead to correct decisions, aligned actions, timeline upgrades, intuitive accuracy. Identity impulses equals your true self giving instruction. Number two, distortion impulses. These impulses come from fear, insecurity, unresolved trauma, old timelines, unintegrated waveforms, protection reflexes, inherited memory, survival states. Distortion impulses feel like fear spikes, emotional urgency, panic, compulsions, anger, withdrawals, avoidance, self-sabotage. These impulses lead to collapsing opportunities, unstable reactions, repeating loops, triggering others, shutting down, instability. Distortion impulses equals your unresolved architecture reacting. Number three, impulse is not intuition. They are completely different signals. Intuition is slow, clean, high bandwidth, neutral, quiet, subtle, informational. Impulse is fast, loud, immediate, unfiltered, raw, architectural. You feel intuition, you move with the impulse. They are different layers of perception. Number four, impulse reveals what is driving you, identity or distortion. Every impulse gives you data. If the impulse is clean, calm, clear, immediate, direction oriented, neutral, it's identity. If the impulse is urgent, emotional, chaotic, fear based, protective, overwhelming, it's distortion. Impulse is the fastest diagnostic tool in the field mechanics. Number five, the reason impulse feels out of control. Impulse bypasses logic, ego, emotion filters, social conditioning, conscious awareness. It is pure instruction. When identity is stable, impulse creates beautiful aligned actions. When identity is unstable, impulse produces misalignment. Impulse is not the enemy, impulse is the messenger. Number six, why you regret impulsive decisions. Regret doesn't come from the decision. Regret comes from realizing the impulse came from distortion, not identity. Most impulsive mistakes come from fear impulses, insecurities impulses, trauma impulses, ego preservation impulses, emotional impulse loops, survival architecture, timeline misalignment. The person didn't choose, the distortion did. This is why they feel disconnected from the action afterwards. Number seven, when identity stabilizes, impulse becomes genius. Once the architecture clears distortion, impulse transforms. It becomes inspiration, creativity, intuitive action, breakthrough, thinking, rapid clarity, correct decision making, precise timing, blueprint execution. This is why people who clear distortion begin to look effortlessly intelligent. Their impulse is no longer chaotic, it's guided by coherence. Impulse becomes genius when identity becomes stable. Number eight, the takeaway. Impulse is not intuition, impulse is not emotion, impulse is not chaos. Impulse is the raw broadcast of your architecture before interpretation. If the architecture is distorted, impulse expresses distortion. If the internal architecture is coherent, impulse expresses genius. This is why clearing distortion is the foundation of all transformation. Your impulse becomes the doorway to your highest timelines. For more information, please download the free books and PDFs for these episodes from the link in my bio. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and follow for more aligned content. Thank you.